Hey there Gemini, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for February 20th to the 26th. Let's jump straight in and see what may be on the cards for you. Hope you're doing super well this week, Gemini. Let's see what messages come through. So I'm working with the Moon Child Tarot to get your lead themes out, and the first one out is the Hierophant. Taurian energy, number 5 in the Major Arcana. Now, Gemini, this is all about challenging tradition in your life, maybe challenging systems and structures, hierarchies, and it's usually within committed relationship, marriage, work, career, and sometimes a place of study. It can be like values within yourself as well. Now, I always say with the Hierophant that being the number 5 energy, you're an important point of change here, Gemini, and the decisions that you make now will really determine the outcome and results that you receive down the track. Now, this card is an awakening card as well, because often when the Hierophant shows up, you're actually getting very, very clear on your own innate truth, your deep core beliefs and values. And as part of that awakening, Gemini, there might be awareness that they are quite different from what you've been choosing in the past, of how you have been, the values and beliefs that you've been operating through that lens, okay? And these values and beliefs could have come from, society, parents, like, ancestral lines. So it's a bit of an awakening to your truth, and because of that, things will realign in one of those settings. So you might be going through that process now. Let's see what else we've got, Gemini. 10 of Swords. Yeah, and that can lead to endings, okay? And it can also lead to feelings of sometimes deception or betrayal, where we think, well, like, that wasn't it. I've been living through a lens that isn't me. Now, the 10 of Swords can indicate that maybe a situation is coming to closure in your life, Gemini. If so, there is such a silver lining with this card. This ending gives way to the Sun energy, healing, a new dawn, a new day, and a new beginning. But the 10 of Swords isn't necessarily an easy energy to transition, and quite often we transition through the 10 of Swords when mentally and physically we feel, well, you know what, I actually can't carry on in this situation anymore. So one more of these. The Knight of Wands. Okay, Sagittarian energy. Look, this is really the energy of moving on to a new frontier, but it's uncharted territory. So I really feel that the direction that you'll be heading in, Gemini, is new for you. It's new potential and it's new growth. Now, for some of you, you've had or will have a messenger of opportunity coming in that really is going to take you on a new adventure and a new journey and reignite that sense of passion and enthusiasm and energy within you. So I love seeing that. It's almost like a bit of an Ace of Wands after the 10 of Swords. So we will get your 9-card block out, Gemini, and see where this is going. But to let you know, if you'd like a personal reading or healing, first link down below will take you to my website where you can check those out. You may want to grab my Learn Tarot Quick Guide, okay? I will link that, and that will give you an idea of how to begin reading the cards for yourself. What else? Yeah, if you want to take that journey deeper of learning tarot, I do have the doors open to the initiation. That is my more immersive tarot journey. And if you want to join me across on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, I am doing daily readings over there, and usually daily love readings as well. Use the links down below, as there are fakers out there. Okay, I'm going to speed things up. See you in just a moment, Gemini. So Gemini, here are your cards, and the 10 of Swords has shown up again. We also have a beautiful Ace and the World. So the end of an era is coming through for me. Yeah, the World, our first energy out, is really the graduation of a life lesson or a chapter or season in your life. So even though the world often comes with an ending, and yes, that can be painful, it's also a celebration, because when you journey to the world energy, you're actually moving to your next significant life event where you'll get new growth, where your soul will evolve, and you'll have new experiences, because after all, we incarnate here to experience and evolve at a spiritual level. So the world is the last major arcana, Gemini, that comes after the final judgment. So it's likely you're passing through that final judgment now. That's the Ten of Swords in this reading, where we know that we have, that our current situation has become a bit of an entrapment, okay? And even though we've made, you know, Six of Cups, fond memories here, there's nostalgia here, you know, there has been growth. It's like it's reached its full peak or cycle of growth, and now it's kind of become the chains that bind you. And most situations in our life go through a season or cycle, and sometimes we choose to release, and sometimes we choose to plant new seeds and have a new chapter there. But if we don't reinvest and reinvigorate our situations, then that is when they become the Eight of Swords, okay, where we feel like things are not growing anymore, we're not inspired anymore, we're feeling out of alignment and off our life course. So the world says that, I have to say, with the world and two Ten of Swords in this reading, the real celebration or victory is invulnerably moving through the end point of the situation. Now, if this is a relationship or marriage, for some of you, it feels like there are either children involved, or maybe you've grown together, you got together young, and that is another factor of what's going to make this tricky for you, okay? Manage the guilt and know that, you know, your life path is important too. It could just be about choosing the right timing, you know, that protects children and that kind of thing. So even though you do feel a certain amount of being stuck at the moment, Gemini, Spirit is saying that if you see things from a different perspective than what you have been taking, there is a pathway out of this, okay? Yes, you're weighing up the options. Yes, you have been invested, but I think every way you slice it and dice it, you come back to this. You come back to the feeling that you know your light at the end of the tunnel is on the other side of completion in this situation. So you may have heard me say before with the Two of Swords, you're making a decision and you're asked to go inwards on that decision, okay? And yes, use the fact and logic, the pros and cons, but consult the energy of heart. But I'm going to go one step further and say consult the energy of soul, which for me means have a think about, why do you think you're here? You're here. What life lessons do you think you need to learn? And if you have kind of stagnated in this situation, then maybe it's time for you to connect with the next part of your timeline in another situation. Spirit wants you to take that blindfold off, those rose-tinted glasses, and see this with clarity for exactly what it is, outside of, you know, feelings of, you know, guilt, or that we might be feeling bad, all of those mental elements, all those anxieties of the Eight of Swords. So I do see that. I also see with the Eight of Pentacles that you have put in the work, okay? You've put in the work, and that's why you've arrived at this point. It's like, well, I don't know if there's any further investment that I can make in this. You know, I think that you've tried, and this is definitely not a failure. It's just reached its natural lifespan. Okay, so there's new energy coming in as well, Gemini. Now, for some of you, this may have shown up, and it's the catalyst that is propelling you towards change. Maybe it's come through a messenger of opportunity here. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. For others of you, this is what's waiting for you once you clear the energetic space for it to come in. I am a big believer that often we need to close one door before another one opens. Now, this is early entry stage energy, saying that there is some kind of new solid stability that is also going to fill your cup, that's also going to transform you emotionally self-love. It could also be a new love. It could be a work career opportunity that you love, depending what context this reading falls in for you. I think that this is the feeling that you get when you finally realign. Remember we talked about the Hierophant. Align that situation with your inner truth and your inner core values, which are really, you know, coming to the surface. And it's no accident that that's happening at the moment, you know, Gemini, because we are going through the time of mass awakening. Like, this is actually supposed to be happening to a lot of people. It's just that we all go through it at different times. There is also the Five of Cups. And this is, you know, acknowledgement that there is, you know, grief to be moved through when we do let go of a situation. But if you're honest with yourself, I think the joy left longer ago. You know, I see someone who's mourning the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is the growth of the harvest, is joy, is celebration and fun and play. And we see someone that's been mourning that while they're still in this situation, wearing this heavy black cloak, which could be that you've been feeling a bit depressive about it for a while. You've been feeling a heavier energy field. But Spirit also wants you to know that the Two of Cups is behind you. New connection, you know, new partnerships, new relationships, be it personally or professional, no matter what context this is for you. But really, you know, you need to go through that transition to access that energy. And it feels a little bit like you're sort of dwelling in that point of what do I do? And I think that that kind of dark cloak of energy will continue to be there until you journey through the energy of the world, which is that grand cyclic completion. So Gemini, let's grab some oracle cards with that said and see what we get. I'll first grab you one from Moonology. We've got bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So that could be self-love and doing what is right for you. And the Aquarian energy coming through is about your unique energy signature becoming known, and it's time for you to align, you know, your external reality with that. Okay, one more card, Gemini. We've got flow. Beautiful. It says, allow me, divine, to move with flow and respond with calmness and peace. So we've got a dolphin on this card, and we think about animals. They move with instinct, right? They're a little bit different from us because they don't have the ego mind, so they don't have the thinking process that can be the wall of resistance. They move where they're instinctually, you know, carried with, you know, smoothness and ease and grace. So in what direction, Gemini, do you think the universal currents are trying to take you in? I'm going to leave you with that and wish you all the best with this energy, Gemini. I'm always cheering you on and, of course, wishing you so much love and magic. Do take care. Bye for now.